We find ourselves today at the beginning of the trail to Top of the World, and this behind me is Dewey Bridge. It was built in 1916 and it connected Moab to the rest of the world. Moab was quite an isolated place, and through this bridge all of their goods were brought in to build Moab. Dewey Bridge was built in 1916, and in its prime it was designed to carry the weight of 6 horses, 3 wagons, and 9,000 pounds of goods. And in 2008, I believe it was burnt down in a wildfire. Unfortunately, time takes its toll on all of us, I suppose. So off we go, up the trail, top of the world. Well, I guess this is where the real fun begins. So far it's just been a dirt road, really easy. Any vehicle, you saw the little Honda CR-V that we passed. There's a big mansion along that dirt road. So up to this point, real easy dirt road. Now I've seen a lot of debate online about what it takes to do this trail, and anybody, everyone has their own opinion, right? So some people have said 31-inch tires and bigger, you're going to be okay. I understand there's bypasses on some of the hardest stuff, but 33s and a good driver for sure, 35s no problem. We might have some breakover and departure angle issues, we'll see, but with 40s and a 4-inch lift on the Gladiator, I'm sure we'll do just fine. Let's get to it. Okay, so here is what I'm finding on this trail so far. There are sections of really smooth slick rock, and boy, just about any vehicle could come up on it. But then there are sections of crazy steps in the slick rock, and you'll have loose rocks, like not giant, but you know, big enough rocks that if you don't have high clearance, you're going to do some serious damage to your undercarriage, or you're going to have to be very picky about your lines, or you're going to be getting out of your vehicle to clear rocks out of the way almost constantly in those sections. But like I say, some sections are really smooth, and then some sections of quite rocky. now this behind me looks to be about the most difficult obstacle along this trail, and down here below me there is a bypass. We'll go ahead and focus in the background there, and you can see up here is what we're about to go up. Here are my thoughts on the trail so far. It's pretty darn bumpy, and stuff like this that we're about to do, that's fun, it's enjoyable, but just not challenging road that is constantly bumpy, that's not something that I enjoy. But it's all going to be worth it when we go and see that view up above there. Now, another thing I want to mention about this little spot here is you can see where people have stacked rocks to make it a little bit easier. I don't like to stack rocks. I think that kind of, you know, if you had to stack rocks, then I don't think you made the obstacle. Just my opinion. Probably not a popular opinion. But having said that, if you come to an obstacle and there are already rocks stacked, by all means, use them. So we'll use them. We won't stack anymore. Let's see how we do. Well, I guess we made easy work of that. Thanks, rock stackers. Alright, I just took another quick little break here to show you a little bit of what the trail's like. And I've heard it said that, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the trail, that you maybe don't need the most modified vehicle to get up here. And that may be true. You can pick your line and stack rocks and all those things, but it's going to be mentally challenging. It's going to take you a long time with little rocks. So let me show you, or with little tires. Let me show you here what I've got for clearance with my 40-inch tires, the type of little step that we're climbing up right here. Of course, I do have a long wheelbase, so breakover is going to be, probably your breakover might be better than what it is on this long Gladiator, but we'll take a quick look at what we've got going.
This one's a 97 Jeep Cherokee XJ. I got it just very, very stock, and then I just added a 4.5-inch lift on it, and it's all Rubicon Express. And the rock sliders were made from J.D. Murray. He's down in Colorado Springs. He installed it and everything for me. He designed it as well. The bumper as well, also by J.D. Murray. Of course, I put the jarhead on there. That's kind of self-explanatory. 33-inch tires on there. Just 15 steel rims. I learned from YouTube guys from Australia. They prefer the steel rims over the aluminum. So those guys wheel a lot. I figured I'll stay with the steel rims as well. Smitty built rear tire carrier. That's just the regular Smitty built one. Really, that's about it. That's all I've done to it. I've done nothing other than the Bushwhacker fender flares, and that's about it. And that one I bought just a couple of weeks ago, and that's a 2001. It came exactly the way it is. I haven't done a thing to it, and because my good friend slash bro over there in the orange is from Missouri. He came out here all the way from Missouri. He needed a Jeep, so I figured I wanted another Jeep since I'm so hooked on those. And this one came on sale on Facebook Market, and the guy, he and his wife were moving back to Texas, and so he sold it to me for a really, really good price as is, and it's just been amazing so far. So I don't know what I plan on doing to that other than putting 33-inch tires, and that's it.
It's got 31s right now.
It's got 31s right now, and it made it up here in 31s.
It's never been in four-wheel drive.
Yeah, it's not.
I was the test driver.
He was the test.
Yeah, you had to put it in 4-wheel drive for this one, right?
Yeah.
It was a little sketchy in a couple spots, but not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
So just a few little damage, his rear there is damaged, a little fender, and then my front fender damaged as well.
That was on this trail?
That was on this trail.
Well, as you can see, we've made it here on top of the world, and as you saw from the jarheads, our Marine friends there, retired Marines, that they came up in a Jeep Cherokee with 31-inch tires and another Jeep Cherokee with 33-inch tires. They left the parking lot when I was airing down, and then I stopped and filmed there at Dewey Bridge and continued to film, obviously, on the way up. But as you saw, I was able to catch up to them. So obviously it is possible to get up here with 31-inch tires and 33-inch tires, taking your time, having a spotter. It's going to be a rough ride. It's going to be a rough ride. I'm glad that I didn't have to worry so much about some of that, and that I could choose to take some of the harder lines just for the fun of it. This trail, we didn't talk about it before, but just the drive between Moab and Dewey Bridge, totally worth it. It's beautiful, just beautiful. And then, of course, up here, who could ask for more? Seriously. Best view around. And we talked about it a little bit with these Marines, is that sometimes it's nice to be up here just all by yourself, and that's what I've got now, is the place all to myself. And so we're just gonna pull out the chair, take a little break, take it easy, watch the sunset, and hopefully get some shots of that as the sun goes down. And really hoping that these clouds up here behind the Jeep just light up with red as the sun sets. But if you can make it out here, boy, what a beautiful place. Sure worth it. As always, just like we're doing, get out and enjoy the land of the free.